Dear students, now we are going to discuss the design steps of an IIR digital filter using impulse invariance method. In impulse invariance method, the unit impulse response of the digital filter can be obtained by sampling the impulse response of an analog filter. It is given as h of n is equal to HA of nt, where h of n represents the impulse response of the digital filter. HA of nt represents the sampled version of the analog filter's response. As we know that the impulse response of the analog filter is given as HA of t. Here we are going to sample this analog filter's response at an interval nt. We can get the digital filter, that is h of n. Next we are going to discuss the steps to be followed in the design of IIR digital filter using impulse invariance method. The first step is to find the transfer function of an analog filter for the given specifications using analog filter design techniques. Here we can use either Butterworth filter design or Chebyshev filter design. We have already discussed Butterworth filter design and Chebyshev filter design in the previous lecture videos. You can refer those videos for your further clarification. Okay. So the second step is to select the sampling rate of the digital filter. Okay. So here T represents the sampling interval. Okay. The third step is to express the analog filter transfer function as the sum of single pole filters. So here we have already obtained the HA of S in the first step. We are going to express that transfer function as the sum of single pole filters using this format. Okay, so that is summation k is equal to 1 to capital N C suffix k divided by S minus pk. Here the ck represents the coefficients in the partial fraction expansion and pk represents the poles of the analog filter, and here n represents the order of the filter. Okay. The last step in the design process is to find the Z transform of the digital filter. That is represented as h of Z is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to capital N ck divided by 1 minus e power pk capital T into Z power minus 1. So this is what an important formula. For high sampling rate, we have to multiply the numerator with that sampling period. This is for high sampling rate value. That is, if T is for greater than 1, we can use this method. So these are the design steps for an IIR digital filter designing using impulse invariance method. Let's solve one problem, then you can easily understand the steps clearly. Determine h of Z for the analog transfer function h of S is equal to 2 divided by S plus 1 into S plus 2 using impulse invariance method. Assume capital T, that is the sampling interval, is equal to 1 second. In the solution part, we are going to use the design steps for impulse invariance method. The first step is to get the transfer function of an analog filter that is directly given in the problem. So we can write that value as h of S is equal to 2 divided by S plus 1 into S plus 2. The second step is to find the sampling period. Here it is T is equal to 1 second. So these two values are directly given in the problem itself. The third step is to express h of S as the sum of single pole filters. So here we are going to convert this h of S in terms of sum of single poles. So here we are having the formula like this: summation k is equal to 1 to capital N ck divided by S minus pk. This is the format. For this we are going to use the partial fraction method. Okay. So here h of S is equal to 2 divided by S plus 1 into S plus 2 can be written as a divided by S plus 1 plus b divided by S plus 2. Here we are using partial fraction method and we have to find out the values of a and b. Substitute those values in this h of S. Okay, so here a is equal to If you want to find out the value of a, we have to multiply this h of value with that denominator of that a, that is s plus 1, with the condition s is equal to minus 1. So here it is s plus 1, right? So we have to make it that as a s is equal to minus 1. So then we can get that answer like this, that is 2 divided by, substitute s is equal to minus 1 here. So 2 divided by minus 1 plus 2 is equal to 2 itself. So a value is 2. Similarly, we can find out the value for this b. So here the denominator of that b is s plus 2. So multiply this h of s with the term s plus 2. Then it can be divided each other with the condition s is equal to minus 2. Then substitute that value for this s as minus 2. Then we can get minus 2 as the answer for this b. So substitute a and b values in this h of s. We can get a is equal to 2, b is equal to minus 2. Correct? So we can write like this. Here in this third step, that format is what? Summation k is equal to 1 to capital N. Here it is ck divided by s minus pk. Correct? So here ck is nothing but this a and b values. See here denominator should be in the format s minus pk. So here this s plus 1 can be written as s minus of minus 1. Similarly here it is s minus of minus 2. Do you all understand this? Next, we are going to compute the Z transform of the digital filter. So here h of Z is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to capital N ck divided by 1 minus e power pkt into Z power minus 1. So here the number of roots, there are two poles, right? P1 and P2. So here the order of the filter is 2. So we are going to expand that formula as C1 divided by 1 minus e power P1. Okay, k value is 1. So P1 t into Z power minus 1 plus, then for the second pole we can say C2 divided by 1 minus e power P2 t into Z power minus 1. As we know the values of this P1, P2, t, C1 and C2. So we are going to substitute all those values in this formula. Then we can get h of Z is equal to 2 divided by 1 minus e power minus 1 Z power minus 1, because P1 value is minus 1, P2 value is minus 2. Okay. So after that we are going to substitute that value of e power minus 1 here. So we can obtain the value of e power minus 1 using the calculator. So for that we have to press the shift and this ln button. You can see there is exponential term e. Okay, so here we are having e power minus 1. So for that we have to press this open bracket and put minus 1 and then close the bracket and press equal symbol. You can see the value as 0.367879. Correct. So we have to round off that value up to 4 digits. So we can get the value as 1 minus this e power minus 1 becomes 0.3678. Okay, Z power minus 1. Similarly, we can get this e power minus 2 value like this. So here shift ln button, that is the exponential term, and open bracket, press minus 2 and close the bracket and press equal symbol. You can see that value as 0.1353 it is going on. Okay, so here we have to round off that value up to 4 points. So we can get 1 minus 0.1353 Z inverse is there. Okay. Then we are going to simplify this expression further like this. So we are going to combine these two terms together by taking LCM. So multiply the denominator together. So for this 2, we have to multiply this value 1 minus 0.1353 Z power minus 1 minus 2 into this value is 1 minus 0.3678 Z power minus 1. And multiply inside all the values, then we can get h of Z is equal to 2 minus 0.2706 Z power minus 1 minus 2 plus 0.7356 Z power minus 1, and the denominator becomes 1 minus 0.1353 Z power minus 1 minus 0.3678 Z power minus 1 plus 0.0498 Z power minus 2. So here 2 getting cancelled each other. Then we can add these two values. Then we can get 0.465 Z power minus 1 in the numerator, and in the denominator we can add these two values. Then we can get 1 minus 0.5031 Z power minus 1 plus this term as 0.0498 z power minus 2. So we have obtained the value of h of z, that is the transfer function of the IIR digital filter using impulse invariance method.